Hey there YouTubers, Tom here from Tom's Test Kitchen, and I am about to make a cheesecake for this year's Philadelphia cheesecake contest. And I wanted to come up with something unique, and this just came to me. It's an avocado cheesecake. I know it might sound odd, but I think it's going to be good because I have made an avocado margarita. And along with this cheesecake, I'm going to go with that margarita theme. So I've got some triple sec and some tequila, and I'm going to use some sugar and some lime juice, and I'm going to marinate or infuse raspberries. And the tequila, the margarita infused raspberries will be the topping for the cheesecake. So I'm just going to follow my basic cheesecake recipe, and instead of using lemon juice, I'm going to use lime juice, and I'm going to use avocados, and let's see how this turns out. In my mind, I'm thinking it's going to be really good, but you never know until you taste it. So stay tuned. Okay, let's get this filling ready. I got the three 8-ounce packets of Philadelphia cream cheese that I've softened, and to that I'm going to add the avocado. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. I've got 2 avocados. I'm not sure if I'm going to need both of them, but we shall see. Add the avocado. I might go with 1.5 avocados. I can add the other half later if I think it needs it, but I think that's going to be sufficient. And to that I've got a cup of sugar. We've got 2 tablespoons of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. We've got 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. And then I'm going to add a full teaspoon of lime juice. So there's 1/2. That's a teaspoon of lime juice, and then a 1/4 teaspoon. Oh, got some new vanilla here. I didn't take the little top thing off of it. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, and then I have a 1/4 cup of half and half. So let's get this mixed up. So I'm going to get this blended, and then I'll bring you right back when I've got it to the right consistency that I need. Okay, let's scrape this down. It's looking good. Looks like it's incorporated nicely. The avocado with the cream cheese and everything. So let's scrape these sides down and scrape these beaters. It certainly smells interesting. What does it taste like? Not bad. I think I want a little bit more lime juice. I'm going to add another 1/2 teaspoon of lime juice to that. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, that filling is incorporated really well, so I'm just gonna refrigerate this while I make the crust, and then I'll bring you back and show you how I'm going to finish this off. That's an interesting looking color, to say the least. Kind of looks like key lime pie, really. Think of it that way. On with the crust. Here I have 3/4 of a cup of flour. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to go with upping the lime juice. So this is going to be a full teaspoon of lime juice in the crust. Then we're going to go with 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla. And then here we have 1 egg yolk. Just kind of beat it a little bit. And then 6 tablespoons of softened butter, or partially melted butter, because I left it on the stove a little too long. Okay, now we're just going to use a pastry cutter and cut the butter in. Like so. Well, it helps to have a butter knife to scrape down your pastry cutter like this. Trust me, if you do any kind of baking with any kind of pastry, you need one of these pastry cutters. It really does help speed up the process. You know what they say, right tool for the right job. Okay, that's cut in nicely. And let's form the bottom of our crust. Here I have a cheesecake pan. You could use a springform pan, but I bought this a long time ago when I lived in New York, and I really like using it for making cheesecake. So let's just take out a small amount of this crust mixture and then pat it out. This is going to be the bottom. And I really love this cheesecake recipe because I like this this crust a lot better than say like a graham cracker crust. This is more like a sugar cookie kind of a flavor, and I just like this better than the graham cracker. You could use a graham cracker crust if you wanted, but like I said, I prefer this one. So you just want to add this, and you don't want to go all the way to the edge, because once you put the sides on, you're going to fill this out and come up. So you just want to kind of come out close to the edge. And then I'm going to bake this. I've got an oven preheating at what is it? It's about 400 degrees, and I'm just going to put this in and get a head start. Put this in the oven for probably about 7 minutes, and I'll be right back. Crust was in the oven probably about 8 minutes, and you can see it's a nice toasted, nice golden color, and I've let it cool down. So just pop it in the baking dish, and then we're going to start building the side crust. So just get some of the dough and then just press it into the sides like this. And you're going to want to do this all the way around. And then bring this up as high as you can. It's probably about as high as I'm going to go with this. And I'm just going to continue on with this, and then let's add our filling. Our pan is ready. And you'll see, this is why I said don't go all the way to the edge with the bottom crust, because the crust that's going to be lining the sides, you bring it down to there. So now let's add our filling. Our avocado cheesecake mixture. Just dump it all in. Sorry, I'm gonna have to go around this way because I'm right-handed and I'm having a hard time doing this left-handed. Okay, there we go. Just kind of smooth this out. I am really interested to see what this is going to taste like. Settle it in. Doesn't appear to be any bubbles. Okay, I've brought up the oven to 450 degrees, so you're going to want to bake this for 450 degrees for 10 minutes. So I'll be back in 10 minutes and then reduce the temperature of the oven. Okay, that's been 10 minutes at 450, so now I want to reduce that temp down to 300. So that was 10 minutes at 450. And you just want to reduce the temp down to 300 for 55 minutes. And then your cheesecake will be done. Stay tuned. Well, our cheesecake is baking. Let's get our margarita marinated raspberries started. So here I've got two 6-ounce containers of raspberries that I've rinsed and drained. We've got a half a cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lime juice. Then we're going to go with 1½ tablespoons of tequila. Use whatever brand of tequila that you like. This is Hornitos. It's one of my favorite. Now let's go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of tequila. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of triple sec. So I'm just going to mix this up and cover it and place in the refrigerator until I'm ready to top that cheesecake. But first, let's give it a taste and see if we need to adjust anything. Taste that syrup and see what that tastes like. That's actually really good. Nice and tart. I think that's the right amount of tequila and triple sec. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good topping. So like I said, I'm just going to cover this and refrigerate this until I'm ready to top the cheesecake. I'll let that cheesecake go for an entire hour instead of 55 minutes because it didn't look like it was quite ready. But I think that is ready. Looks really good. I'm just going to set this on a rack and let it cool down to where I can handle it. And join me back. cool in there for a little bit, so let's just remove the cheesecake from the pan. It's still pretty warm. I want to go ahead and remove it at this point because it's easier. So you just want to lift up under it and slide it out. Set it back down on your rack. There we have it. Just going to let this chill for a little bit and then I'm going to refrigerate it. Now let's see what we got here. We got the avocado cheesecake with the margarita infused raspberries, and for a garnish I added some lime leaves from my my lime tree out front. So let's just taste this. So let's get up here so we don't get any of that. And the raspberry, I just want to taste the cheesecake by itself. It's very good. Really doesn't have much of an avocado flavor. Like I said, avocados are very mild. So let's taste the cheesecake with some of those raspberries. That's a really good combination. The tartness with the raspberries and the sweetness with the cheesecake and the syrup. You can get a hint of the tequila and the triple sec. Oh boy, that's good. Well, there you have it, YouTubers. There's a avocado cheesecake with a raspberry margarita topping.